Hi everybody, welcome to the full face series. We're going to start with the CoverGirl Queen collection in ebony bronze bronzer. And so we're going to go to the MAC 224 blending brush. And we're going to blend that bronzer into the crease and blend out. This helps to warm up the eye. I usually start with this bronzer because it's just a go-to, and I'm usually doing something in my crease, so I just know I will probably follow those particular colors or end up in that particular color family. We're gonna go to the BH Party Girl palette. We're gonna go to the brown, the dark brown, and we're using a smaller blending brush to blend that brown into the bronzer in the crease. Then we're going to go into the blue, and using a flat shader brush, the stiffer the brush, the more you're able to pack on the color on your eye. If you use the fluffy dome brush, it will pretty much erase the color or not show up as pigmented as if you were to use a flat shader brush. So that's the difference between the two. You're going to buff that blue out just a bit into the brown. And then we're going to go into the BH 88 color palette. And we're going to go into a dark purple and kind of form a V at the crease and kind of pat it into the blue just a bit, just to give a better transition from the brown to the blue. And then again, we're blending that color out into the brown just a bit. Then we're going into a matte black, and we're going to use the smaller blending brush to define the crease some more. It's just to define that purple to be a little bit more deeper. Almost kind of like a half cut crease. And then we're also blending that out lightly. And I was just showing the red rust color that I'm using kind of underneath my brow bone. The lashes and liner is off camera. We're going to go into the face. I use Milk of Magnesia because I have oily skin. And you want to put this on before you put anything on. It will, except for your moisturizer. And you're putting this underneath your eyes, down the bridge of your nose, around the edges of your nose, on your forehead, and around your mouth. Pretty much anywhere that you are very oily, or you are oily, I should say. You want this to dry because the primer that I'm going to use next can create a white cast on your face, and you don't want that. The primer that I'm using is L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. I live by this. As you can see, it's almost empty. And it's a very soft textured primer, and it helps to put the makeup on your face smoothly. And you're just placing in the same area you would place the Milk of Magnesia on your face. Here I'm using Revlon Nearly Naked Foundation. I believe my color is I forgot my color, y'all. I'm sorry. I'll have it down in the description box. But I usually use a wedge to put on my face, put the foundation on my face, but I didn't have any more, so this is what I'm doing, using my finger. And then I take a e.l.f. e.l.f. flat top brush, and I do patting motions, and then I kind of smooth it out as as I go. With the foundation, with liquid foundation, if you're testing it out, you want to make sure you're rubbing the foundation into your skin to get the best payoff, because you have to really wait till your skin warms up to the foundation to see exactly if it matches your skin tone or not. So it looks extremely light on me, but as it is drying, you can see. Here I'm using Iman concealer, and it's a Iman concealer is a soft concealer, so it makes your highlight very natural and just very glowy instead of a very harsh under eye concealer. But if that's what you prefer, a harsh under eye concealer, you're just going to take it a step further. I suggest you get, or I recommend, Coastal Scents Camouflage palette. Their concealer is really creamy and great for any skin tone. For concealer, you don't want to leave any demarcation lines, because obviously we don't have demarcation lines as a natural face. So also I put it down the bridge of my nose, all the way to the tip. Okay, in between my eyebrows and a little bit on my forehead. Basically where the light hits, on top of my mouth and on my chin. So wherever the light hits, that's where I'm placing it. And then I'm blending the edges with the Beauty Blender brush, and I live by this as well, because it really blends and makes me a bit more natural looking, although I do have makeup on. And then I use a loose powder by CoverGirl, and it's a tinted powder, and the tint is called Honey. I also placed that on my highlight, where I highlighted, as I'm showing you here. It helps to set your concealer so it doesn't really crack or move. And it kind of makes my face a bit more matte as well. Now I'm taking a small stippling brush and I'm sweeping the loose powder off my face. My MAC mineralized skin finish is pretty much hitting all kind of pan right now, but that's why I put on my face, and I just sweep it on my face over my concealer as well. I'm using CoverGirl bronzer once again. You're going to start on top of your earlobe to contour and go at an angle into kind of, mine's form kind of like a Nike check. So you want to make sure you're finishing, you're starting and finishing your contour. So you want to start by your hairline and finish by the sides of your nose. And then I go along the edges to warm up my face just a bit more, whatever the foundation didn't pick up. And on the sides of my nose to further define the highlight that I place on my nose. And also to make it skinnier. And as I said, you want to finish your contour. So you want to make sure your bronzer that you're putting on the sides of your nose is finishing into your brow or right underneath your brow. Just finish the contour. Don't stop it in front of your brow. Then I go back and I place mascara on my eyelashes, top and bottom. I don't do it before because it can mess up my concealer and give a dark hue on my concealer, and that's not cute. My blush is by Black Radiance, which people kind of sleep on, and it's by it's called Warm Berry. And I start from the back where my hairline is and circle onto my cheekbones. And I use All Over Glow by Ruby Kisses. That's my highlight. It's just enough highlight on your face, Lord, like you'll see. I put on top of where I put my blush. on top of my forehead, my lip, my chin, and down the bridge of my nose. This is NYX's matte lipstick called Shocking Pink. It's pretty much a dupe of MAC's Candy Yum Yum, if you want to go a cheaper route. I put that on first, and then I line my lips with NYX's Espresso Pencil. I do a slight ombre. That's my favorite to do.